All right, let's talk about this forecast because it's pretty busy, and some of you might be a little busy this morning just getting that little dusting off your cars. This is exactly what we were looking at here with our first of three storms scooting off the coast and leaving us with some clouds and a couple of flakes depending on where you live. But there's a few things happening right now in New England, not just our first storm leaving, but back to the north there's also a cold front that's starting to come through. You can actually see the result here on the regional temperature map. How do I know? Because first of all, look at the numbers. 2 below zero in Montreal right now. Woof, that is cold. But you get back down to southern New England, we're in the 20s and 30s. There should be a difference in temperatures in these places, but not that big. That's a pretty big gap. And that shows you where the cold air has settled in versus where it hasn't. And honestly, today around here, it really won't settle in too much because before that cold air can really dig its heels in, we actually have a switch in our wind flow thanks to our next storm. Science. It's pretty neat. All right, let's talk about temperatures right now as you're getting out the door. 26 degrees in Smithfield, 32 in North Kingstown. It's 29 in Westerly this morning, and good morning New Bedford. It is 28 degrees. Later this afternoon, I expect most of us to end up in the mid-30s. 37 for Newport today, 35 for Providence and Westerly, and looking at 36 degrees in New Bedford for your highs today. It's going to stay pretty gray, unfortunately. If you were hoping for some big sunshine, no, hope a little bit longer, but don't expect that for today because I mentioned that switch in the wind. Well, it's coming as our next storm arrives. It's not on our doorstep yet, but it is moving and grooving across the country, and by tonight we start to see the first flakes falling. Now, we do have winter weather advisories already in place for 10 p.m. tonight. They'll last until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. This is especially because we could have some nasty road conditions as you get out the door, and it's just going to be kind of a messy storm. Again, you can see these are for Providence County, back into the Bay State, and even into Connecticut as well. So if you're going on a little road trip, just keep that in mind. This storm, we're calling it kind of sloppy, kind of messy, that winter mush back in the forecast here. We could get some quickly accumulating snow late tonight, but chances are you won't really see it tomorrow morning because we change over to our wintry mix and then just some plain old rain. My biggest concern is actually going to be road conditions, especially as you're getting out the door during those commuting times tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be an absolute disaster outside, but I think it's going to be kind of uncomfortable. You can see the snow showers begin again late tonight, 11 midnight or so. We start to see those flakes come down, but they're short-lived as we get to the early hours of Thursday morning, 3, 4, 5 o'clock. That mix starts and then we change over to rain by the time you're getting out the door, whether you're taking the kids to the bus stop or you're getting in the car to go to work. You can see that rain continues into the early afternoon and it starts to taper off as we get to about noontime, 1 o'clock or so. Some lingering moisture, some lingering showers as we head into really the midday hours, but that's about it. Again, we could see 1 to 2 inches into parts of Providence County, even northern Kent County and northern Bristol County as well, coding for everyone else. But even if that much snow falls from the sky, there's a really good chance you don't even see it because of all the rain and the mush that comes afterwards. Just a reminder, the next storm is on Saturday night. That'll linger into Sunday morning, and it looks quite similar.